Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back! Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Peace! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2022, the album. Dad, I don't know what this is. Dad, the album. Dad, the album, Dad. Ow, ow, dad, ow, ow, ow. That's the dad beatbox. The album, Dad. And rock on gold dust. I do feel like I'm on a stage with this microphone, though. I do. Woman. If you want to feel like a real singer, get yourself a toy pink microphone from the Dollar General, okay? Whatever you want, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it. Yo, Janet, I'm about to get this. You want this, but do you really think that you can get this at first? You dissed us, now you want to kiss this. Tell them, girls! Too late, you missed this. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. All right, let's get into today's video. This is my second video today. If you didn't watch my other video, where I gave a little caveat, a little warning about my doing Trisha Paytas videos in the future, what I said, this is me sliding over to grab my fan. What I said was that if I do Trisha, I should have not said always. I don't think I did say always. I don't think I did. But in the future, if I do Trisha Paytas videos, I will also try to include some other drama as well. Or I will try to do 2 drama videos that day because I know y'all are so tired of the Trisha Paytas drama. I am too. Okay. So today, I already made that video, I am going to talk about Tati Westbrook spilling all the tea, addressing all of the rumors. I actually got, I was kind of surprised. I got quite a few messages from people asking me to respond to this video that Tati Westbrook has put out. So Tati Westbrook did a Get Ready With Me, I think she called it personal Q&A. So I thought I would do a personal Q&A too. Let me show you my Q&A in the morning, okay? You get your dollar store ice pack here, because when you're as old as me, you need that to clean off your to get your eyes going in the morning, right? Then you just slap your face like this to get a little color going in the skin, and then you let that, we're just gonna act like this is like you put it in the oven, then you pull it out in those cooking shows, and then look, your eyes are perfect. Look at me, don't I look so pretty? Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with the Lunar Beauty number 5, Celine, and put in even more lip gloss, because you can never go wrong with too much lip gloss. That smack in the face really does, look, it brings some color to my cheeks and everything. I think that's why grandmas back in the day used to pinch your cheeks and stuff like that. Don't I look so good? Oh my God! That's the best Get Ready With Me in the entire world. What did it cost you? $1 at the Dollar General, and just slap your cheeks. Ah! Home Alone. Okay. So I watched this video that was 28 minutes long, and I took down 10 points of notes. So before I get into this, I kind of have some overall, this is my, what would I call it? If I were going to be on that dance show, what was that show that my husband used to, where they do all the lyrical dancing? This would be my Tati Westbrook lyrical dance. She is so pretty though, isn't she? Like, I was watching the end of this video, and she was like, this is one of my favorite makeup looks. And I was like, she is really so pretty. And I have to say that, you know, I have, minus the drama that Tati Westbrook got herself in, Tati Westbrook, minus the problems that Tati Westbrook decided to get herself into. No, minus the drama that Tati Westbrook stepped into, okay? Like a giant turd. Not Trisha Paytas' redemption arc turd, but no, the drama turd that Tati Westbrook stepped into. Besides all that, I do have to say, like, I really enjoy Tati. And I have quite a few friends of mine that watch Tati, that really enjoy Tati, loved Tati's makeup. And so it's fun for me to watch her videos. I have to say, she's one of the very few beauty gurus on YouTube that I actually like just sit there and can just like sit there and watch her talk about anything, and I relate to it. I don't know, like, you know, she's married, I'm married, she talks about her marriage problems, I've talked about my marriage problems. It is, she said in the video, it's very much for her like just doing makeup and hanging out with a friend, and it does feel like that, you know, and it's very similar to like when I come on here and I say, let's just like we're hanging out in the kitchen, you know, sitting up in the kitchen, talking, a bunch of good Judies, hanging out. I don't know, maybe it's because I relate to what she's doing because I feel like I'm doing something similar. I know that there's people out there that are like, no, you're not. But it does feel kind of a little bit like I'm just talking to you guys, is how it feels, you know. I feel like whatever Tati Westbrook went through in the last year, I think that she, that change needed to occur. I really, really think that it needed to occur. And I will tell you that one of the things that's interesting to me about, you know, when we hear people come out, you know, out afterwards and talk about their experiences with being canceled, if you want to call it that, or going through major drama or whatever, is that they'll say that they were always going after the wrong things. Manny MUA said it. Laura Lee has said it. You know, they said that they were going after the wrong things and that they had this realization moment, you know, and Tati Westbrook says it in this video as well. And I think it's interesting. And on the heels of me just having done this Peterisms video where I was talking in the video about, you know, that it's the good times and it's the bad times in life, and I read this meditation where it was talking about that you know, it balances out to some degree, but that without the bad times, we wouldn't have the good times. And basically what the meditation was saying was we wouldn't appreciate, remember back in the day when I said I was going to start taking some of the things I talked about in my Peterisms videos, my vlog, and applying it to, welcome to today, because this is what you're going to get today. But no, you know, that we wouldn't appreciate what we have had we not gone through tough times. And I am a big, big believer in that. I really, really am. I'm also a believer that we learn from our experiences if we choose to. You know, my sponsor regularly says on a regular basis to me, this is an opportunity for growth. Are you going to take it? So now I was like, do I share this in the video? I haven't done a Tati Westbrook video in quite some time. I was like, do I share this in a video or not? But I'm going to share it just because, hey, listen, be completely transparent. I feel like I have been really, really fair to Tati Westbrook in the past. And Tati Westbrook unfollowed me off of Twitter a while ago. I have absolutely no idea. I'm not butthurt off of it, but I didn't understand it since she chooses to follow a lot of other drama channels that have been a lot tougher on her than I have been. So I don't know what that was about, but anyway, Tati, I just want you to know, no hard feelings. I wish you the best. I'm sure she could care less, right? But no hard feelings. I wish you the best. I'm still going to cover your lack of drama or whatever is going on in your life. But anyway, I did want to give a little rundown of Tati's video. Before I got into this video, though, I wanted to kind of see what the public perception is of Tati right now. Her videos are not getting as many views as they used to. That being said, most YouTubers, and she kind of talks about something in here, and I think it's interesting. Somebody asked her about the beauty influencer community, but her videos are not doing as well as they used to. She's lost 20,000 subscribers in the last month. Interestingly enough, though, I kind of would say that's like on par for a lot of YouTubers, not just beauty influencers. I think people are watching YouTube less. I really do. And I think they're finding different people. I think, you know, it's just like watching any other TV show. Unless you're like a did you guys hear that Grey's Anatomy got renewed for another season, 19 seasons? I said to my husband this morning, I said, your show got Grey's Anatomy got renewed for, he loves that show. He goes, well, it's our nighttime soap. I said, who's our? Not me, I don't watch that show. That show, like every episode, somebody dies and breaks up. It's so sad. I can't stand that show. My husband's watching, he's sobbing a river down the living room. But anyway, I said, your show got renewed. And I said, how many seasons is it going to be on? My God, 19. It's going to be on for the rest of our lives. And he goes, as it should. But anyway, what was I saying? You know, I think that people are watching other things. I think that they, you know, we get bored of watching the same people. There are a lot of people on YouTube that I used to watch regularly, and it doesn't even really have anything to do with their content or their videos. It's just like, I went on and I found somebody else. It really isn't that deep. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes we want to make it into this huge thing, and I have too, you know, about like, oh, well, they must be doing this or doing that people like stopped watching them. And maybe there's some truth to that, but I think at the same time too, it's just like, we find other interests. We find other things to do. That dog, my neighbor dog. He's gonna bark in a second. So anyway, Tati has lost 20,000 subscribers in the last 30 days, and her videos aren't doing as well as they used to. All right, let's get right into this. The first thing she talks about is that she still enjoys doing the makeup, but in the next year, she would like to dive into lifestyle and fashion. And I think this is kind of two things. I think this is kind of like the Jaclyn Hill template, and other people are doing it as well, Laura Lee. I think what's happening is, I think that a lot of these makeup artists, they're bored of it too. You know, they've been doing it for 5 or 10 years. And while they really, really enjoyed it when they first started doing it, and they were getting sent all this makeup, and it was like they couldn't, I mean, it's like, how many looks can you come up with? You know what I mean? If that's your job and you're a makeup artist and you really, really enjoy it. But a lot of these people, it doesn't even seem like they're that interested in sitting down and doing a makeup video anymore. You know what I mean? So I think that they're all getting a little burnt out on it. I think they want other options. She does address Tati Beauty in a second. So I think that she wants to do other ventures as well. I did think it was interesting that she said lifestyle and fashion, because she's always got candles burning in the background, and she's always got kind of this very, I would say, peaceful aesthetic. Should I use that word? Simply kinda vintage aesthetic. But anyway, she's always got this very peaceful aesthetic around her. I could totally see Tati coming out with like a lifestyle fashion brand, and it would be called like, it's interesting because in the bottom of her videos now it says like more Tati, and I was like, what if she came out with a line and it was called Simply Tati? And then Simply Tati would be like just like those long sweaters, you know, that she wears that come down like past her knees. Like, I love those sweaters. She's got 400 of them. One of them she bought at Target the other day. I saw on her Instagram story. But anyway, it'd be like those sweaters and then candles. And her candles would be called like Simply Cashmere, Simply Lavender, Simply Daffodil. It'd be called those kinds of things. It'd be Simply Tati. I think that's actually a really good business idea. Tati, you don't even have to pay me for it. I don't want to be your partner. So anyway, you can just take it and run with it and call it Simply Tati, and I'll just sit back here and go, well, I guess that was a pretty good idea. So anyway, she did say that she wants to dive more into fashion and whatever, and I don't know, like looks of the day and all that kind of stuff, I guess. Why not? Do it. Hey, listen, okay, you've been successful on YouTube. Have fun, run with it. So then she goes in, somebody asks her about her favorite Starbucks drink, and she talks about it and all that kind of stuff. Then somebody asks her if Tati Beauty will be coming back. Tati says Tati Beauty will not be coming back, sadly, she said. She goes in to talk about how she feels like she's grieving a child, but that she's learning some hard lessons and that she feels like she needed to. Now, these are not exact quotes. I just kind of wrote down a little bit of what she said here and there. And I thought it was interesting, you know. One of the things that I do really respect about Tati is that when she came back and she talked about the lawsuit, or she talked about the drama of the past or whatever, it's like, even in this video, she talks about Dramageddon, and I'm like, I kind of really respect that. Tati doesn't act like, you know, with a lot of these influencers, YouTubers, Jeffree Star's a good example of this, like they always act like everything that we know that occurred, I mean, it is literally of like the elephant in the room, if the elephant's head was like through the ceiling, breaking down the roof, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like they act like we don't all know like everything that has occurred. Tati like respects the audience, her audience enough to, Tati actually respects her audience enough to act like that they know what's going on. This dog cracks me up, you guys. Do you hear this? So anyway, she goes on to talk about Tati Beauty, and she talks about how she feels like she's grieving the loss of a child. And so anyway, that was interesting to me that she said that in there. And she said she wishes, you know, things had been differently and whatever, but it is what it is. She then goes on to say, she's talking about like this grieving kind of idea of this company, and she says, sitting in it will only delay your breakthrough moment. She's like, you've got to keep on moving. You can't just sit in this feeling of grief and whatever. And then she says, let's accept what happened and keep on moving. Not saying to not feel your feelings, which was interesting to me because that was kind of the opposite of what she had said when she had just said sitting on it will only delay your breakthrough moment, so keep on moving. But she said, let's accept what happened and keep on moving. Not saying to not feel your feelings, but at some point you're going to have to set it down. And I totally agree with that statement. At the same time, okay, when you're talking about grieving and things like this, you know, I think And I can only talk about my experiences, my experience, strength, and hope. You know, one of the things that I have learned over time is that I have to feel my feelings. I have to allow myself to feel my feelings and not force myself to get, you know, pushed through it. And I share this a lot on my vlog and on my Peterisms channels, you know. With my mom, when my mom passed away, I like was so numb for so long, and then like I didn't really know how to talk about it. I mean, it's not something that they teach you. Like this is how to talk about grief, or this is what you. I mean, they talk about the 5 stages of grief, and hell, I don't 6 stages I think now. I don't even know if I agree with those stages. I just know that I felt a lot of pain and I didn't know how to process it, and I felt a lot of loss. And I felt like I didn't have stable ground, and I didn't know what was next, and I didn't know how to talk about it. And I had a lot of friends of mine that were saying to me at the time, you know, you need to move on. You need to move on. Like Tati said, you know, keep it moving, keep it moving. And I had a friend of mine whose son had passed away from addiction, and I reached out to her because she had been so supportive of me when I was going through all this. And I love this woman dearly, and she had given me this book on grief when my mom passed away, and so I called her up, and I said, you know, like, people keep on telling me to move on, to move on, to move on. And she said, no, she said, we don't ever move on. She said, we move through it. She said, but we carry the, you know, we move through the pain to the other side, but we will forever carry with us what happened with us. And I think it's a really important notion to remember that whatever you've gone through, I think it's important to honor it by remembering it, good and bad. That doesn't mean that you wallow in it or that you have to sit in it. It doesn't mean that you have to whatever. She then goes on to say, and I love this, something about accepting what happened. And, you know, I love Oprah's definition of forgiveness. Oprah's definition of forgiveness that she learned was, forgiveness is accepting that what happened, happened. Not that what happened was okay, okay? We're not saying that what happened in the past happened. We're not saying that what happened in the past happened is okay, okay? We're just accepting that it happened. Now, what are we going to do so that we are not held hostage to it today? And I think that's really what Tati is saying in this moment. She's saying, I'm not going to sit in this for the rest of my life. You know, it happened. This lawsuit happened. Dramageddon happened. I got involved in it. And you know what? I'm choosing to move on from that today. Like, I'm not going to stay stuck in it for the rest of my life. I'm going to learn from it. When it comes up, I will honor it and respect it by addressing it. Not always, sometimes. But, you know, and I'm not going to act like it didn't happen. That's the honoring the past part. But at the same time, like, I am going to forgive this moment and move on. And I thought it, for me, when I was watching that part, I was like, this is huge growth, you know? Not just in Tati. I mean, she doesn't need to hear it from me, but in any human being, you know? And I think even myself and all of us, like, I hope that for all of us, that we can have those moments. And we're going to continue to have those moments throughout our entire life. It's not like a one and done lesson that you learn and then you move on, you know? A lot of people are asking her about her spiritual journey. Tati talks a lot about God in her videos now, and I mean, she always has, but more so now than I think ever, and she seems extremely spiritual. She talks about witnessing her story and things like that, which those sharing her testimony, those specific words that she shares are interesting to me in relation to her spiritual journey. I think it would be really, really helpful for her to share it at some point. I think she will. She said I don't know the words she used yet. She just said, I don't feel ready yet to share it. And she talks a little bit more about like her relationship with God and why she doesn't feel comfortable sharing that part yet. I just think like, for me personally, those are sometimes the moments that I think are the most, just to share your experience, not to say somebody else has to believe that, right? But to just share your experience on whatever your spiritual journey is. I talk a lot about my spiritual journey. I talk a lot about being not a religious person, but a spiritual person, you know, and I think that sometimes that other people can go, oh, I relate to that, or no, I don't relate to that, or this has helped me, or whatever. I think that would be so helpful to our audience. And so I hope that she does do that at some point. So many people reached out to me about this part. Tati talked about, she said that somebody asked her what her word for 2021 was, and she said it would have been transformation. And she said that she was, that she had been going after all of the wrong things, and that she said her hands were in the darkness calling it light. And I thought that was so interesting the way that she said it, that, you know, here she was feeling as if, you know, she was trying to, I assumed in regards to the drama, you know, call James Charles out or, you know, be right in certain lawsuits and all this kind of stuff. And what she realized was that, like, I'm going after everything that's wrong. I'm not finding any peace or serenity in this at all, because she talks at the end about having, there is a piece now that she's never had before. She said she's been saved, and it's been a beautiful transformation. And what it equated to me was this idea that we have in sobriety where we cease fighting anyone and anything, and we learn to just kind of stay in our own lane and take care of ourselves, that we're responsible for our side of our street and cleaning up our side of the street. And I know that Tati's not in recovery, but for me, it was very much kind of that same similar spiritual journey that I've been on, where it's like, okay, you get to a point where you realize I'm having this fight and I don't even know the point of it anymore, and I'm going to cease fighting anyone and anything, and I'm just going to stay over here. I'm going to do what I love to do, and I'm going to put out positivity and good energy into the world, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stay in my own lane and love it. And I think it's working for her, you know? And this is the thing that is interesting, is I think that at that point, you stop caring about the numbers, okay? You stop caring about the losing 20,000 subscribers and the views and all that kind of stuff, because the reality is, what a blessing it is that you get to get up every single day and do something that you absolutely love. To be able to make a living off of sitting on video and doing makeup tutorials and just talking to people, I mean, that is so incredible. It's like how I say in my videos, I feel so blessed. So I get to get up every single day and I get to just like do all kinds of crazy stuff. I did a Dunkin' Donuts review this morning of the Stroop Waffle Donut. You know, I'm going to do a Peter Does Stuff video this afternoon. You know, it's just like I get to make drama videos, sharing my opinion about things. I vlog every night. I talk about books on my BookTube channel. I just have such an amazing life, right? And I think it's when you get to that point and you realize, yeah, sure, the numbers feel good. It's validation. It's acceptance. It makes us all feel good. You know, we would all be liars if we said that we didn't care. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It just, in the long run, it doesn't. It's like how blessed you are to be able to actually get up and do something that you love to do, right? And that it pays your bills. I mean, that's like, what a cool thing that is. For even not just on YouTube, but anywhere in the world, you know? Somebody asked her about Dramageddon 4, and she said she does not want a seat at Dramageddon 4. She does not want to play in Dramageddon 4. She doesn't want anything to do with it, and she is completely tapped out. So I thought it was interesting that she even addressed it, you know? This is where, like, a lot of the other beauty influencers, they want to act like, there was no Dramageddon, what are we talking about it? And I love that she actually calls it what everybody else called it, and that she talks about, I mean, it's so very real, you know, it's very, very real. So anyway, somebody asks her what happened to the makeup community. She talked about a lot about COVID and the lockdown, and she talked about that she feels that people started prioritizing what mattered in life. And she says not that makeup doesn't matter, but that people are looking at makeup differently, and that they're just finding that there are other things that they enjoy. And I was like, yeah, I really think that that's true. I really think that's what happened to many of us, you know, and it made us realize, I think, the brevity of life and the fragility of life, and it really, I think there was a point where it just made us all, it simplified things for us on some level and said what really matters in the long run, you know? I think it was interesting when she was talking about this. I myself was going to the opposite of that. I was thinking about who are those people out there that really didn't get that lesson. Like James Charles is somebody to me that still seems ate up with that. Jeffree Star seems like somebody that still ate up with that, you know? And I think it's interesting that, you know, in this moment in time where we're all offered this opportunity of simplification and the beauty of life, of spending moments with people and things like that, that there are still people out there that are very much, you know, ate up with the fame and all that. I mean, many people, right? But anyway, she said she still loves makeup, but it's just not everything to her anymore, and that she just loves getting on video and talking to people and being able to do her makeup, you know? And that she likes being at home more. She said that she just loves to hang out and do makeup. And then the last thing that she talked about, and I actually got quite a few DMs about this, was this very spiritual moment that she had. And she said she was writing a lot of music and playing piano, and she was in Hawaii, and this song came to her, and the song was called The Holy Ghost is Haunting Me. And she said at some point she wants to put this song out there, but like she's had such a struggle spiritually with all of this that when she sits down to play the piano, she just can't. You have to watch her tell this story. I can't summarize it in her own words for her. It was really a very beautiful telling. And I've actually had quite a few people that reached out to me and said that they just thought it was such a cool moment that Tati shared in this video, that she had this moment. She did say in there that they were in Hawaii and she was thinking about moving to Hawaii, which I had said in my video about 2022 that I thought that might happen. But anyway, she talked about part of her spiritual journey, and then she said she sits down at the piano to play and she just weeps. She said she wrote the song when she was in Hawaii and they almost moved there, like I said, and she starts sharing a little bit about this spiritual moment. It was a very spiritual video. It was basically, I mean, it was really interesting because it was more of a video that I think would have been like going into 2022 or whatever, you know, where she's like, these are all the things that I've learned in the last year. It was a really well done video. It was one of my favorite videos I've seen from Tati in a long time. I actually really enjoy, maybe not so much just Q&As, but I really enjoy these storytelling videos that Tati does where she shares pieces of her life and does the get readies with me. You know, the get ready with me part is so calming, and I love that she shows different kinds of products and stuff, and I always learn something, you know, from what she shows in there. But at the same time, I love that she shares these stories of her life, and I would love to see that become her channel, where she shares these moments that she had, you know, get ready with me, my spiritual journey, or get ready with me, this song that I wrote. I think that would be great. I would love to see that, you know. Anyway, that is a Tati spilling all the tea. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.